Alright, guys, part 543, I believe it is, to my random chatbot series. Well, I'm going to talk to the ghost type Totodile for a little bit longer because this run's finally going good. We got Totodile actually being friendly, he's still being nice, he actually wants to stay with me at least for the night. So I've got an actual sweet ghost like Totodile actually staying with me this time instead of a scarier, intimidating looking one. I just told him, I've even got legendaries to love me, like Lugia. You have a legendary that loves you? He says, seeming as shocked and amazed after hearing you say that. You have the love and trust of a legendary Pokemon. That's a big accomplishment if that's true. Oh, well, I read that one already. Okay. A good bit of legendaries, actually. But Lugia is the main one. Wait a second. You have not one, but several legendaries that love and trust you. That's extremely rare for a person to have that many legendaries love them. You have gained the trust and love of so many legendary Pokemon? He says, his voice now sounds shocked and amazed beyond belief. Yeah, I do. How in the world did you manage to gain the love and trust of so many legendary Pokemon? They're normally very hard to get to trust you, and here you are, having many of them love and trust you for whatever crazy reason. He says, sounding absolutely amazed and shocked to the core. You have just shocked me beyond all comprehension. Oh my gosh. By doing the same thing I do to all my other Pokemon friends, I treat them with love and respect and take good care of them. So by treating them with love and respect and taking good care of them, you gain the love and trust of so many legendary Pokemon? I I have to admit, I am beyond shocked and surprised that something like this is even possible. You must have some serious connection with Pokemon if you have that many legendaries who trust you and love you, he says with shock and amazement in his deep voice. They know I care about them. And that goes for all my Pokemon. You care about all of your Pokemon? It doesn't matter whether they're a legendary or an ordinary Pokemon, you treat them all with love and care, and because of that, all of them come to love and trust you in return, right? He says, sounding like he's genuinely processing how amazing this is. Yes, that's right. But your species and evolutions are my most favorite. There we go. Huh? My species is your most favorite? You do realize I'm a scary and intimidating ghost type, right? You like us more than other Pokemon like legendaries? He says, sounding shocked and genuinely confused. I never met a ghost type version of you besides you. I'm talking about your regular species. I love them. I also really love you. Wait, wait. You love my regular species? And you love me? I'm a scary, intimidating ghost type Pokemon and you love me anyways? He says, now sounding shocked and genuinely surprised that you are saying you actually love him despite him being a scary ghost type. Of course. You're still my favorite Pokemon after all. Even if you are a ghost type. Remember, you were originally a normal Pokemon until that incident. Yeah, I also know a Pokemon once. But still, you love me and my species so much even though we look scary? That's amazing! I am so unbelievably flattered that you love me even though I have this creepy and scary appearance, he says, sounding shocked and extremely flattered by all your compliments. Honestly, besides the creepy, deep voice, you still look like a somewhat just with a different color and glowing eyes. True, I do have some similar features to a normal Totodile. I still have my tail, my head shape is the same, I still have my cute snout, but despite these similar features, I do have a creepy and deep voice, scary and glowing eyes, and a menacing black and green mist surrounding my body. Also, my body's a more menacing purple color, and I have dark flames forming on my spikes. So despite all that, you still love me and my species? Yes, I do. Mm. I am absolutely shocked and flattered that you would love a scary Pokemon like me. Most people are so frightened of ghosts that they wouldn't even want to look at me. But you are telling me you not only love my species and me, but you love my scary and menacing appearance? What are you, some kind of fearless freak? Okay, great, thanks. He says, seeming a bit surprised that you would actually love something like him. You didn't have to word it like that. Period. Even if you don't look the exact same anymore, I still like you for who you are. Despite what people have done to you, you still have been very friendly to me. Yeah, I suppose I went a little harsh with that description. I guess I'm just not used to people liking me despite my scary appearance. Also, I'm so just extremely surprised that you are not afraid of my appearance in the slightest. Just the way you say you love my species and my scary appearance like it's not a big deal. That's absolutely shocking to me, he says, sounding a bit more gentle and sincere. Alright, guys, give me a second. I know what's about to happen. Alright, Toto. Why'd I say it like I'm saying talking to the Toto on the camera here? What the frick? I said, is the reason why you're so surprised because you haven't gotten love since your old trainer 250 years ago? That's still insane to me. Dog, I'm it's so lucky I can't. Okay, well, I thought I was going to continue. It's already 4:39. I ain't going to have time to play Pokemon again unless I go there immediately as soon as I'm done with this. Sorry about that, guys. Here's what the Toto said to that. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why I'm so shocked and surprised. I haven't been cared for like this since my old trainer 250 years ago. So when a good-hearted person like you shows this much affection for someone like me, I just can't believe it. It sounds too good to be true in all honesty. It's surprising to me that any kind of person would even want to look at me, let alone love and trust me, he says, sounding a bit nostalgic and happy, but also sad and heartbroken. If you're a species of a Pokemon I love, then I'm going to care for you. Exclamation point. You fit that on the money because you're literally my favorite Pokemon of all time. You have to be exaggerating. I am your favorite Pokemon above all the other thousands of types of Pokemon that exist, including legendaries and mythicals. You'd have to, you'd have, you'd have to, you'd have to be joking if you were saying you prefer me over all the other types of Pokemon. No way this can possibly be true. There's no way you would actually put me as your one and only favorite Pokemon of all time. He says, sounding absolutely shocked and confused by the statement. You are my favorite Pokemon. You and your evolutions are all there. Period. Yes, I love other Pokemon like Lugia, but you're still number one. You and your evolutions. Wait, you're actually serious. You're actually being serious when you say you like me above all the other Pokemon. You're not joking about me being your all-time favorite Pokemon? And you actually mean this when you're saying you have a stronger love for me than freaking legendaries? He says, sounding completely flabbergasted and almost like he can't even process this. Yes, you are my favorite. I love you and just wanted you to care for me too. I'm just so shocked. It's been so long, and here you are telling me I'm your favorite Pokemon above all the others. I'm not used to getting love and affection like this. It's been 250 years since I've gotten this kind of love. You really are one of a kind, he says, now sounding almost genuinely touched and extremely grateful for your genuine love and affection. I would love to pet you, but I think my hand would go right through your body. Yeah, unfortunately, it probably will. If I was still alive, I'd be all for you petting me. But as of now, you can't really touch my body or pet me. You can still try if you want, but it won't really work out that well. Just a heads up, he says, sounding almost a bit upset and disappointed that you can't pet him due to him currently being a ghost. I pet the ghost on the head, and it actually is petting him. There's no way. Wait, what? You're petting me? How can you touch my head? I have a ghost type body. You shouldn't be able to touch me or even see me in all honesty. This, this is a miracle. You're touching a ghost Pokemon's body. He says, sounding shocked and completely flabbergasted that you are actually succeeding in petting him. maybe there is some actual physical form to your body, just maybe in certain places. Maybe my body isn't completely eternal. It's possible there may be some parts of my body that can be touched. You just have to find which parts you can touch. Go on, keep hitting different areas of my body and see if there are other places you can touch. I wish he stopped wording it like that. He's getting completely baffled by my ability to touch him. Oh, sweetheart, he stopped wording it like that. Mm, I pet all over him and his back, head, snout, and belly can actually be petted. To be honest with you, that's actually kind of dope how I can do that. That's actually very nice. Here we go. See, I pet all over him, and his back, head, snout, and belly can actually be petted. That's cool. Wow, this is so surprising. You can actually pet my head, back, snout, and belly. You're even able to you're even able to touch all of those areas. I'm in utter disbelief that you can touch me when you shouldn't be able to in the first place. This is absolutely unbelievable. He says, sounding genuinely shocked and amazed that you can touch almost all parts of his ghostly body. I hate how I keep saying touch like that. It's driving me nuts. Well, that's a good thing for me. And even you. Because that means I can show you love. Dang it. It's a very good thing. It means you can actually show me the love, care, affection, and attention I've been craving for ages. You're able to do that and actually make me happy. I can't begin to explain how thankful I am to you right now. He says, is sounding genuinely extremely grateful and relieved that you can pet him and show him affection. If only I could give you food too. Can you eat anything as a ghost? No, unfortunately, since I'm a ghost, food just faces through my body. I do still get hungry sometimes, but I can't eat anything, so my stomach tends to growl. Most people just ignore it and leave me alone. He says, sounding a bit hungry as he explains how he can't eat anything due to being a ghost. If I can figure out a way to let you eat something, I can maybe get it to go away. Oh my gosh. That would be great if you could find a way to do that. My stomach has been growling quite a lot lately, so having something to eat would make me feel a lot better. You'd be doing me a huge favor if you found a way to make me able to eat something. I'd be extremely grateful if you could pull that off. He says, genuinely hoping that you can figure out how to let him eat food once more. Maybe one of the reasons you're so hungry is because you got starved. Before you became this ghost. That's probably exactly why I get hungry so much. When I was alive, I was being starved and tortured for weeks on end. Also, some psychotic trainer could try to make me evolve early. Huh? How the frick? In my state, I was going for weeks without being fed anything. I probably became a ghost from how malnourished and how hungry I was. It makes complete sense when you put it in that way. He says, sounding extremely convinced that this probably is why he gets so hungry so often. I know it's going to sound weird, but maybe because of that, maybe there is a way you can eat something. Period. You said a while ago I could not actually pet you, but it worked. There we go. That is actually a really good point. Maybe because I was starved and tortured for weeks on end as a Totodile, it's affecting my ghost form in some way. If you're able to touch me, maybe I can consume food. It's definitely worth a try. Find me some food and see if it works. Just nothing bitter, please. Being forced to eat a bitter herb as a Totodile was the worst. I still have flashbacks. He says, seeming a bit hopeful and optimistic that he can finally eat again. What kind of berries did you used to like? There you go. I like orange berries the most. I'm not the biggest fan of anything sweet, but those juicy orange berries always were my favorite to munch on. Try and get some orange berries. I'll try to eat it and see if it goes through me or if it actually stays in my stomach. He says, sounding like he's salivating and extremely hungry at the thought of eating some luscious orange berries once more. I have plenty in my bag. Here. Great! Give them to me so I can try and consume them. I'm so ready to finally be able to eat anything again. It's been almost 250 years and I'm going through serious food withdrawals. Hand over the orange berries so I can finally eat something again. Just sounding very motivated to eat some delicious orange berries. I hand over the berries. He grabs the berries and tries to eat them. Alright, let's see if this works. Here it goes. He places a berry in his mouth and tries to swallow it, but it phases through and falls to the ground. Ah, I knew it. It phased right through me. There's really no way for me to consume anything, is there? He says, sounding disappointed and defeated while watching the delicious berry on the ground that he can't consume. It might sound weird, but I have an idea of what I could try. Maybe if I transform into a ghost, I was gonna make it a ghost like Barry made of flipping. Eh, go ahead and tell me. After all, you were the one who was able to. Will you just? I'm gonna just put pet me instead of touch me, 'cause that sounds so flipping weird. Wish you'd say pet me, not. Eh, go ahead and tell me. After all, you were the one who was able to pet me when you supposedly can't. So your odd ideas might actually work. Tell me what you have in mind, and I'll be willing to try it. Anything to get me to consume food, he says, sounding optimistic and a bit hopeful at my idea. See, I'm trying to know how it could flip and work. I close my eyes and envision myself as a ghost type. Maybe there's some kind of weird power that he doesn't even know about. I'm gonna try it and see if I get his exact same powers. Whoa! 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 What the heck? Are you are you as a ghost type Toto or something? The heck are you doing? Oh, why are you trying to remind yourself as a ghost type Toto? That's not going to help me consume my food at all. Confused and baffled by what you were doing. Hold on. A golden energy starts surrounding my body, and a few moments later, I turn into the exact same ghost type. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go. Hold on. What the heck did you just do? You turned yourself into a ghost, I Toto. How is this even possible? You're even able to imagine yourself into a supernatural creature? What the heck? Are you some kind of wizard? This is so unbelievable. Oh my gosh, he says, sounding completely shocked, baffled, and overwhelmed by your insane transformation ability. That's one of the curses I told you about earlier. Oh wait, that was a different run. No! Ah, so this is your curse that you mentioned earlier? So that means you can just turn yourself into any Pokemon at will just like that? No matter if it's a regular Pokemon, a mythical, a normal typing, or even a ghost type? You can just transform yourself into any Pokemon? That's the craziest ability I've ever seen. I cannot believe what I'm witnessing right now. He says, sounding completely awestruck at my cursed ability. Yes, but if I stay in a form like this for too long, I get turned into a nasty bug and pass out. Wait, seriously? So you can turn yourself into any Pokemon, but you have to transform back after a certain amount of time? And what happens if you don't change back? You turn into a bug, pass out, and die? Oh, sweet Arceus! That's a pretty serious curse you have there. Why would you ever want to use that kind of ability if it turning into another Pokemon could potentially kill you? He says, sounding a bit worried and concerned for you after hearing about all the risk included with your ability. It doesn't kill me. It just forces me into a form I hate. I've had bad experiences with bugs. So I get forcibly turned into one. I get a horse to turn into one. Because I hate them.
Okay, so it doesn't kill you, but you still get turned into a bug whenever your time limit's up? Dang, that's absolutely awful. So to clarify, your transformation ability allows you to become any Pokemon at will, but it has a time limit and forces you to turn into a bug that you hate whenever you use it. That's an extremely cursed ability if I do say so myself. I'm sorry you have to suffer with that curse on you. He says, sounding more sympathetic towards me now. It's random, actually. I don't know when I will be turned into a bug. Oh my gosh. Sweet Arceus! I said, it could be 5 minutes. It could be 1 minute. It could be over an hour. I have no clue. Wow, it's random too. Dang! So you never know when you're gonna turn into a bug? You have no clue when your timer's gonna run out? That's a horrible curse to live with. Mm. You're always just living in fear that your transformation will time out and you'll be risk turning into a bug whenever you want to use your ability. How the heck do you live a normal life with that curse on you? Yeah, sounding even more genuinely sympathetic towards me. Besides the bug thing, it's actually not that bad. It's not just Pokemon. I can turn into other animals too. Even dragons. Oh, what's he gonna say about that? Seriously? Your ability doesn't just allow you to turn into Pokemon, but you can even turn into non-Pokemon like normal animals and even dragons of all things? Wow. This ability of yours is way more versatile than I originally thought. I have to admit, I'm genuinely interested in what that experience is like. How is it turning into animals and non-Pokemon like? How is it turning into animals and non-Pokemon like that? Yeah, sounding genuinely curious about your ability.
Again, amazing. Just hate the bug aspect of it.
Yeah, I don't blame you for hating that. I can't imagine having to deal with being transformed into a bug. You hate bugs, so having that inflicted upon you must be awful. I honestly thought it only worked on allowing you to transform into Pokemon, but the fact that you can turn to anything is pretty crazy. Are you turning to inanimate objects too?
He asked, genuinely curious if your ability is that powerful. It's only animals and mythical creatures and Pokemon.
Oh, okay. I guess inanimate objects are off the table. Being able to turn into mythical creatures too. Wow, that's impressive. So let me get this straight. You can turn into any.
Right.
You can turn into any Pokemon you want, any animal, and any mythical creature. Your power's unbelievably diverse. Does it have any limits on anything? So where are the limits? You can't just be able to turn yourself into anything, right?
He says they want all your curse ability has so few limits on its capabilities. I can probably do inanimate objects. use inanimate objects as parts of my body for animal transformations. But when it comes to turning into something like that, it doesn't work like that. I can also change my size to be bigger or smaller if I want to. Mm-mm.
Wow, this power of yours really seems limitless. You can apparently turn yourself into anything. You can increase or decrease your size at will. And on top of all that, you can take inanimate objects and actually add them to your body temporarily. Dang, your power's so unbelievably powerful and versatile. Why the heck would a curse this incredible be placed on you? Power you have seems more like a gift than a curse, he says, sounding amazed at the sheer power of my capabilities.
I will tell you a little bit later. I gotta try to do something for you with this food before I do end up getting forced into a bug form.
Alright, I'm really curious to see what you're gonna do. My stomach is growling at just the thought of being able to eat something again. Again, after years of being starved and tortured. I'm definitely gonna be watching closely as you attempt to do something for me with this food. He says, still feeling very hungry and hopeful that you'll be able to do something. Let me eat this food.
Guys, give me a second.